Natalie Simmons, co-presented by Dean Olson. Rebecca Stevens, co-presented by her mother, Catherine Mason. Anna Stewart, co-presented by her father, Randy Stewart. Douglas Sundrup, co-presented by his father, Glenn Sundrup. Jessica Sweet, co-presented by her mother, Karen Sweet. Terry Swift, co-presented by her mother, Diane Swift. Shana Tallman, co-presented by her father, Terry Wright. Daniel Tatmeyer, co-presented by his father, Dr. Bill Tatmeyer. Elizabeth Thompson, co-presented by her father, Dean Thompson. Irene Toll-Schachter, co-presented by Dr. Tom Riley. Karen Van Sweden, co-presented by Wayne Searcy. Hillary Villios, co-presented by her father, Gregory Villios. Heather Wallace, co-presented by her sister, Paige Wallace. Kelly Wiedmeyer, co-presented by her mother, Cheryl Wiedmeyer. Carissa Wood, co-presented by her mother, Lisa Wood. Kate Woodard, co-presented by her mother, Melody Woodard. Amber Wright, co-presented by her mother, Beth Wright. Benjamin Yarnall, co-presented by his father, Charles Yarnall. Amanda Zirkle, co-presented by her father, Randall Zirkle. If there's a stage, party on the stage would like to take your seats, except Dr. Doty. I asked Dr. Doty if he would give a welcome to the class of 2013 from the Teaching Hospital. Our one and only Dr. Doty.
Good afternoon. I intended to do a PowerPoint, but then I looked at the class and I was reminded that Dan Tatmeyer was part of this class. That's never going to end. All right. mentors, and friends at this 2011 White Coat Ceremony. This is certainly a special day for you, and it is a special day for me too, because as you're aware, I did have the opportunity to teach you in several of your classes. Hopefully most of you recognize me. And now I get the opportunity to welcome you to the clinics as the chair of the Department of Veterinary Medicine and Surgery, which teaches the majority of your clinical coursework. I get to welcome you to the portion of your training where the transition between being a student and veterinarian becomes evident. And the really cool thing is that you don't have any more tests to take. Just kidding. I mean, you're aware you're going to have some multiple choice tests to take, right? I mean, there's that thing called the North American Veterinarian License. You got to take that. But I do want to warn you that your tests are indeed going to change. For example, many of your tests are going to be administered by clients who walk in the door with their dog to the veterinary medical teaching hospital, by bulls with increased respiratory rates, or perhaps by lame horses. No more will you be able to ask that famous question, will this material be on the It could all be on the next step. The homework changes too. Instead of studying late into the night in the anatomy lab, studying equine anatomy, you might be relearning gastrointestinal anatomy as you assist in the surgical resection of 10 feet of dead bottle from a horse at 2 in the morning. The difficult cabin or the hit by cart dog becomes your next pop quiz. More than ever, your active participation in learning is essential. Each clinical case becomes a board question. Each pathology report a review of physiology, bacteriology, or pharmacology. This is the point where your every conversation with an owner reflects on our profession and our school. Your knowledge, interest, compassion, and ability to communicate are sitting out there for everybody to see. When I think back to my own professional education, it was a while ago, but I do remember that the clinical training was a lot of work. But it was also the most fun, the most memorable, the most stimulating, and you're going to forge bonds with your classmates through this time. So on behalf of the faculty of the Diagnostic Lab and the Veterinary Medical Teaching Hospital, I welcome you across the parking lot. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, for the start of your orientation at 8 o'clock in the Mark Twain Room of the Memorial Union.
On behalf of the class of 2013, I would like to welcome and thank all of the friends, family, and loved ones who have gathered here today to help us celebrate this milestone in our academic career. Our success is as much yours as it is ours. I'm sure many of you have been on the other end of a conversation that went something like this. God, vet school is killing me. I have 20 quizzes this week, 35 exams. They want me to read 106 chapters by tomorrow. I haven't done laundry in 6 months, and I have no food in the house. Even though you may not have been listening, it was comforting to have that person on the other end of the line just to say, oh, wow, that's rough. Just remember to keep your eye on the prize and all the work that in the end. It was those words of encouragement